Hello friends, our today's question is find the index of the first occurrence in a string. Okay, so what is given in this question? We are given two string needle and haystack. We have to return the index of the first occurrence of needles in haystack or -1 if needle is not present in haystack. Okay, so what we are given to a string needle and haystack. We have to find the occurrence of this needle in the haystack. If it is present, then we have to return the first occurrence index of the first occurrence of this string, or else if it is not present, then we have to return -1. Okay, so like the example which is given here is haystack. The string is given sad but sad. Okay, and needle is sad, so we have to find the first occurrence of this needle in haystack. So first occurrence index, we have to return the index of the first occurrence of this needle in this haystack. So yeah, as we can see that is sad is from the zeroth index only, so its answer would be 0. Okay, so its answer is 0. In the same way, haystack is lead code and needle is leado, so it is not present in this haystack, so we have written -1. Okay, so here sad is present two times, one at the end and one at the last, one at the starting and one at the last. So but it is given in the question like we have to return the first occurrence. So first occurrence is at the beginning only, and it is start from 0 index, so we have to return that index, so we have written 0 here. So question we have understood. Now for the solution, what we can, like we can have this some pre-built function of the string that we can use, like substring, or we can use find. For one approach that we can use here is find function in C++. Okay, so what it return, if the substring is present in a string, then it return the index, otherwise it return -1. Okay, so uh, we can have this we can use this find function, and we can have the solution for this. But implementing, we will try to implement it without using any pre-built functions. Okay, so what here it is the one like we one approach that we can use here is loop, like looping this haystack, and then finding if at any point. Okay, like we are iterating this this string, and at any point if we find the matching character, like s is match with s, then we can have a sub loop that will check for that. We will iterate up till this no, for this length, and we will check if whether these characters or the next characters matches. Otherwise we will start our loop with the next point. So like if we are writing two loops. Okay, so let's have two loop, one inner loop that will loop for haystack, and another loop that will loop for needles. Okay, okay, that will loop for needle. So what it will do, the first loop will start from I to the length of haystack, and other word, if at any point we find that value of haystack, like it will iterate from I, and let's say this is j. So we will check if any character match with, if a haystack any character at particular index matches with the needle's first character, then what we will do, we will check if the condition is true. Then we will loop for this seed needle, and we will check the remaining characters, and if it is not, then we will move our index to like outer loop to next point, next index. Okay, so this is the solution, this we can implement. And this is the second approach that we can use two loops in our solution. Okay, now like remaining, what we can do is, this is the approach, the similar kind of approach we can use for the sliding window. Okay, so we can here use a sliding window approach, so we will look at that approach, sliding window approach. Now what we can do is like, okay, so sliding window is like we will start from the beginning. Okay, so we will check. Okay, like this is the, we will check if it matches with the first character of the needle. If yes, then we can have a variable for say right. Okay, let's say right variable r. Okay, so we will increment this value. Okay, until or unless we are getting the matching characters, we will increment the value of r. And if if our result, like in this case, we can increment, like these value are same. Okay, so we will check for the next character. Okay, it's same, so we'll increment the value of r. If r value at any point becomes equals to the length of this needle, length of this needle then we will return our answer. Okay, and if in any case like it is said, but it should if it is SAV, for example, let's say it is SAV, so what we will do, we first for first two character we will have r value is equals to 2. Okay, but for the third one it will it will fail. So what we can do, we have to start from the we have started from S, now we have to start from the next character A. Okay, so what we will do, I value will be here, and we will subtract from I value. What we will do, we will subtract I minus whatever the value of this. So okay, so this we will play with the index later on. So it will again point to the second pointer. Okay, so again we will start our search. So if it is match, we will increment the value of r, and in this way we will have the sliding window approach for the solution. So I think the approach is clear for us. First, when we will implement, it will be more clear to you. So now let's jump into its solution. Okay, so what we will have, first of all, we will have a variable int r, let's say r, that we will initialize with 0. Okay, now what we will do, okay, now what we will do, we will iterate for int I is equals to 0, I is less than. Now what we are doing, we will iterate till the haystack length. Okay, so hey stack dot lang th length I plus plus. Now what we will do, we will check if hey stack at particular index is equals to needle and double ed any needle at that index. Okay, uh, not a index, like row r. Okay, so what we will do, we have this value variable r we have defined for that. Okay, so we will check. So if it match, then we will increment the value of r. Okay, so and in other case, if it does not match, what we have seen, if it does not match, then we have to again, we have to move back the ir pointer to the next, like we have started our I with here. If it does not match, then we have to replace the I to the second place after, like from where we have started, the next position after that. Okay, so we will do that. I is equals to I minus r. Okay, and then we will again initialize it with we will initialize r with 0, because again we have to start from the, because r is a pointer to this needle, so again we have to check from the beginning of this string. So we will again initialize r with 0. Okay, so in this way we have a sliding window. And now, as we have seen, if at any particular point r value becomes equals to needle dot, in that case we have got our answer. So we have to return the index. So what we will return now, we will return the index, so that will be I minus r plus 1. Okay, so this will be the index for our in the, and if we does not find a solution, so what we will return, we will return minus 1. Okay, so this what I minus 1 is like in this case, let's say. Okay, in this case only, what I will be is equals to we will iterate it. So I for I r plus the, okay, so I is equals to I will be equals to 2, and then what will be the value of r, what will be the value of r value will all will r value will be r value will be plus plus. Okay, so it is already incremented, so it will be equals to 3 and plus okay, so we have subtracted for I, so it will be minus 1, and plus 1 we are incremented, so it will be 0. Okay, so in this way we are writing here I minus r plus 1. Okay, so first we will run this. Okay, so it is accepted. Now we can submit. Yes, it is submitted successfully. Now what we will do, for the time complexity, as we are iterating this hay stack one time only, so it will take around, so its time clocks will be around, like it will take like hey, let's say haystack length is n and the needle length is m. Okay, so it will take n into m time complexity, because in worst case scenario, like if it would have been if this string would have been SAV but SAD. Okay, so in this case what we are having, the required string is at the end. So what we have to check for each and every character, because we are checking if a certain character found, and then we are checking for another character. But in case if that character does not match, so we are again starting from where from the next index where we have started previously. So we are starting from here. So in the worst case scenario, when the string required string is present at the end, so what we are doing, for each mismatch, we are again iterating it from the next index from previously we have started. Okay, so in this way we will time complexity will be n of n into n of m, n into m, where n is the length of haystack and m is the length of this needle. Okay, so this is our time complexity, and the space complexity will be constant because we have not used any extra space. So this is a space and time complexity. So this is a solution. Thank you for watching.